Thank you. I'll be sure to let him know.
Okay. Welcome everybody. We're going to be getting into this next best of 3. There's going to be a grand old happy time. We've got a pause for Kane right off the bat.
That's really quick.
That was fast. Not sure what's up there, but we'll find out in but a moment. Anyway, guys, during this time, you can easily go to xanderfever.tv/vote and tell us who you think is going to be winning. That'd be a wonderful thing if you want to go ahead and do that. But we can go ahead and I can introduce, well, I guess both you, the players. We're spawning directly on top of the blue Terran, who is Ender, representing underrated gaming. He is a really strong Terran player that's going to be pretty much of a challenge for LgN and Kane, who is the pink Zerg in the bottom left. So we're having pink versus blue in a very epic ZVT of massive proportions.
Yeah, so I'm pretty excited about this voting thing. How does that work? Do you have that link into something on your stream?
Yes. You can actually make it your title and XSplit actually say the letters of a certain URL that you hook up. And they can do that, and it literally just calculates all that. I don't really know how to do it. A friend of mine did it and said, use this. And I was like, yes. That's pretty much how it came about being in there. So you all should do that, because it's actually kind of cool.
That is pretty sweet.
Yeah. It was great for the Iron Lady on Saturday when we had like thousands of people watching everything, and there were so many votes. You had like the most smallest incremental differences in the percentages for each vote. It made me feel really, really good about it.
Yeah, I mean it's really sweet when you get the community involved. You know, I think people enjoy. I'm sure people enjoy watching just casting, but I think they also like it when they feel like they're interacting with it a little bit. You know, and voting. Like MLG's live voting, I always thought was really cool. It was nice just to have that there, and yeah, I don't know. A little bit of weird banter here.
I don't know if it's banter, because it's only Kane.
I'm not sure. They were. I guess they were chatting a little bit before the match, but Ender seems to have left it at the door, and whereas Kane continues to, I don't know, have some messages for him. A little bit strange, but
Yeah, it's personality. Nothing wrong with personality.
that's true.
Alright, so Kane is going for his hatchery first. So we'll be expecting that pull from him in a second. Looks like 15 hatch, 16 pool, perfectly standard, solid, and pretty much the build that you would like to get away with always. The only thing that'd be better would be a 15 pool, 16 extractor, 15 hatch, 16 extractor, 16 pool, but that is super greedy, and you're almost guaranteed to die to 2 Raxes, so it's probably why it's not going for that route. But with Andrew going for his gasless expansion, it's not a worry at all for Kane.
Absolutely. I would like to see the. I like this little marine pressure here, and also this SCV moving out, hopefully for that sort of pseudo bunker rush that we see, just to keep Kane honest. I think it's a great thing for Terrans to do. Oh, his marine's turning around. Interesting. Oh well, I guess he's looking for that Overlord, but he's safe over the. I don't know. Looks like an arboretum there. I don't know.
Whatever it is, it's fancy and cool looking, and I like it. I mean, they actually did a really good job making the details on this thing. This is only medium graphics, and it looks pretty sweet.
Yeah, I don't know if
there are chairs in there. Or are those plants? Those are plants. There's plants in there. That's
yeah, those
really
are plants.
cool.
That's why I said it was an arboretum. Looks like there might. Well, I guess they're not trees, but whatever. I don't know if you spend time looking at the decals on the side of the walls on maps like this, but on Metropolis, there's actually a really sweet one. It's actually an animated ad for the eye pistol.
Oh yeah, I think I've seen that one too. There's also some bars and random maps on different areas. I think Terminus has something that's funny. I don't remember exactly what it was, but there's some nice ones. Metalopolis has a couple. There's a lot of cool things like that.
Yeah. All right. Well, we see Ender with the standard factory follow-up. He's getting that reactor as well, and he's got 2 gas geysers. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for a starport immediately after finishing this factory.
Yeah, that's a really strong fall, because normally when you go for the reactor Italian expansion without the gases expand first, you're kind of restricted to going marine tank and everything, because their gas is just limiting you, so you have to go standard. You can't hit with Banshees because it's going to be too slow. When you go for the gasless expansion, you have the double gas. You have the opportunity to get down your Tech Lab, your Banshees, and sometimes even Cloak as well. So now we're going to see the same Hellion presence, and it looks like you did call it with the starport, and there's a Tech Lab on the barracks, so it looks like we will be having Banshees, possibly with Cloak, judging by the gas, coming out for Ender after these Hellions.
Yeah, you know, I agree with you. I think it's a great play. I like Banshees in TVZ because generally they're an effective harass tool. I feel like in you know, I mean, it might just be an issue with my play, but in PvT, I feel like Banshees are really hit or miss. But in TVZ, I feel like they're sort of effective harass all game long. You know, you just sneak in a Banshee from time to time, maybe pick off a couple of drones. Nothing too serious, but you can usually do some damage, and sometimes you do just win the game outright still.
Yeah,
depending on how well your opponent can prepare.
Yeah, without a doubt. And we do see that Kane's actually taking a very quick third for ZVT, so I like that a lot. And we do see that Ender has indeed gone for Cloak with the Banshee, so we're going to see some very, very heavy aggression on him. But the Roach War is also done for Kane, and Kane has actually had an opportunity to do a nice job of a little bit of roadish counter pressure. He wants to go ahead and use those against the Hellion presence on the map, and he has an opportunity to do a little bit of damage and maybe pick off a few SCVs, as Ender may actually also be forced to use that Banshee defensively as opposed to offensively.
Yeah, I really like this Roach approach. You know, I see lots of people go Hellions, and then if they're only going for one factory of Hellions, some players will try to stop it with Zerglings. But the Roaches like this are just more supply efficient, and you know, in the case of the Banshees, obviously it delays the Banshee harass, like you were saying. So I think this is a pretty good decision from Kane here.
So now we do have the 5 Roaches going to be forcing back Ender's Hellions. If you look at the top, we do see the Banshee is still going to be going ahead and going into Kane's third anyway. Notice there's only one queen. There are no spores. There's no Receivers, no other queens. Lair is almost done, but these Roaches are just staying in front of the base and keeping those Hellions from being able to do any kind of harassment.
Yep, so there's the Cloak, and the Banshee's moving in straight away.
There we see the first volley going off. We see one drone down. We see the second drone down. And the Queen is going to go ahead and be waiting for this Overseer to continue. It looks like the Queen is not getting targeted. We just see drones getting picked off. Banshee's up to 4 kills, and now it's going for the Queen. One Banshee does beat one Queen. We see the Cloak is now going to be worthless. The Overseer is here. We have 2 Queens now going to be dealing with the Banshees, but the Banshees is still going to be able to escape.
Yeah, he moved the Overseer out of position there. Sort of, I guess, maybe a little bit of miscontrol there. Overseer going to the wrong spot.
Oh, 2 Banshees against 1 Queen is not a good battle there. We are going to see these Banshees continuing to engage. All of these Queens are going down. We need to see spores out from Kane soon, otherwise he's going to take a lot of damage. We see the first 3 spores are being started right now. This is a lot of opportunity to kill off drones. Ender's actually targeting down that spine. There is no cancellation on that, so a nice bit of damage is being done by these Banshees.
Yeah, absolutely. He definitely caught Kane a bit off guard, and I guess this is that one possibility we were talking about where sometimes, you know, you kind of get lucky, and I think a little bit of miscontrol on Kane's part. He could have handled that a little bit better, but these Banshees are definitely worth their weight in gold right now.
Yeah, we see that none have actually died yet, though. It looks like one is looking very vulnerable right now, down to 17 health. Nice move by Ender, leaving back that non-injured Banshee. So we're going to see that Banshee pilot take down the Queen. And that is actually serious damage is being done. Now we have a ton of Hellions. I just roasted a nice count of Zerglings at the top. 11 Hellions. They can't really engage those Roaches, but still talk about a threat. The Banshee is continuing to kill drones.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're up to 12 worker kills already. Really unfortunate for Kane. Now we see he is starting to fall behind on supply. Ooh, one Banshee does go down, though.
Yeah, he's actually taking a heavy losses. Third base is already down for Ender, too. There's no PF morphing there yet. I'm assuming that will come through. But Ender is seriously falling behind in his macro. Look at how high his money is. He's devoting so much energy to this harass. And the harass is working beautifully, but he needs to macro. He really,
yeah, you're
really
absolutely
does.
right. I hadn't really noticed that.
Yeah. Oh, looks like this Banshee's going to pick off that queen rather nicely. The spores here are going to do a good job of just pushing back where the Banshee can be, but can still range and hit this third hatchery nicely. But there's a lot of upgrades coming. We already see the 1-1 for the melee attacks and the carapace is done for the Zerglings, and we're seeing that the Zerglings can go ahead and engage those Hellions, and the Hellions are getting picked off one by one. But this Banshee's continuing to deal damage. A lot of damage has been done, still 12 kills. But take a look at the fact that 73 units have been killed by Ender and only 10 by Kane.
Yeah, Ender is definitely way ahead on that. You know, like you said, he's got this third setup. He's got a planetary fortress done here, so he can deny the Zergling counterattack. Ender's in a pretty comfortable spot right now. The supply is pretty even, which I guess I'm a little bit surprised by, but Kane did take that early third base.
Yeah, Kane's actually macroing very, very well. I'm surprised he just turned around to just kill off this Hellion. Looks like he... Oh, nope, he missed his opportunity. He just takes a Roach loss because of it.
Yeah, he was a little indecisive there.
Yeah, that kind of hurt him. But the only reason why he's actually still in this game is because of that very fast economy. But we do see Ender's going to start teeing up his 4th command center now, so he's going to take a 4th very quickly. But Kane has full knowledge that this base exists, and that's going to be a nice opportunity for him if he can try and expose a weakness in this gap.
Yeah, absolutely. This is sorry, I'm a little distracted because like a spider just assaulted my foot. And I'm like trying to figure out what the hell's going on down here. Like trying to watch the game, trying to watch the spider, figure out where it is, but I think it just killed itself on my computer.
Well, that's convenient and scary.
That is really weird.
That is very odd. You should probably make sure it's not cooking inside there and messing things up.
Oh well, it's like balled up next to it now. It's kind of weird. It ran towards my foot, and then I felt like something itchy, and I looked down and there's a spider, and I shook my foot, and it jumped off and fled immediately. Then it ran to my computer, and now it has fallen over and is like dead next to it. Anyway, though, let's focus on other things that crawl. Zerg.
Oh well, I'm unfortunately looking at a Terran. There's a drop coming in. Missed a ton of Zerglings and Roaches, so this drop may be destined to fail. Yeah, enter the scans. He knows that it's failing, but he's going to go ahead and actually may lose these Banshees to Infestors. No.
Very close.
Ooh.
Very close. I mean, so Ender's in a great position. He's got 2-2 about to finish up. Kane has his own 2-2 done. He's got 3-3 on the way, as well as Adrenal Glands. And we see also Infestors are coming out. He finished that Pathogen Glands upgrade just now. But this is great sensor tower positioning from Ender. Kane's going to have a lot of trouble sneaking past him.
Oh, look at all those exclamation marks that are moving over. Oh, that's going to shut down taking of that base very easily. Ender should not be letting his command center because that's going to be destined to fall if he does that. He's got all of his tanks sieged up now, and he is just wreaking havoc. But there is the big engage from Kane's going to move him, but there is Stim Marines there. That is a bad engagement for Kane.
Yeah, that was, I mean, he was kind of indecisive at first, just sort of walked past the tanks, took several volleys before engaging them, and then tried to back out. Not very good. Oh, we got a drop moving into the third here. Kane is on it, though. Lings are already in position.
Oh, and look at the Ender is still able to pick up a lot of those Marines. Only loses 2. It's very, very nice shot from him. He's maxed. Kane's at 150 food. Not doing so well there. What he's trying to do, actually, is get down some spores over here to defend against that the impending drops that are going to be moving into his, well, unhappiness. But he's also trying to get out his hive tech and get out the greater spire and everything so he get out broods. But we see him losing his 4th base, and Ender is just in a commanding spot. Kane is just taking so many unnecessary losses. But now we're going to see him moving in for a nice angle to hit all out of the tanks. He's trying to deal with the tank count. We see that the Infestors are coming from behind, but they don't land any fungals. GG is called, and that is GG indeed. There's very little he can do. He's down to 86 food against a crazily entrenched Terran. So very well done. We just see that Ender is going to be taking game number 1 in this best of 3.